when
Oh, with a
it should,
box. Okay.
yeah, it should pop up. Yo, you are thinking, man, bro. Let me ask you this, right? So let's say that uh the Republican Party and the Democratic Party uh don't end up having a lot of values that black people necessarily align with. Like, it's one of those things like, Joe Biden kind of went out there and basically said, like, listen, if you black, then you should be voting for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's already like a turnoff. But what I'm saying is, even though Kanye came up with the stupid birthday party, right?
Hmm.
Do you think some kind of a way that black people would develop their own party?
So we can get deep into that. I got you all day if you really, really want to talk about that.
I mean, I just want just a
Yeah,
quick.
yes. That's what the Dr. Claude Anderson has been telling us to do. He
Mhm.
said, stop voting and buy you a congressman, buy you a senator. That's what you're supposed to do. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, if you're a party, you want the person that's campaigning to campaign to your party, knowing that your party, black people, we 12%, which means we can swing any vote. We can't carry any vote, but we can swing it. So
yeah.
you do want to, there's something that we could really come together. Black unity being a real thing.
La-
Yes, yes, and
Last question.
yes.
Last quick question. Do you think that having just two part? I mean, I know there's more than two parties, but let's be real. The two main parties. Do you think it's time for change for just having those two parties?
So you got to understand how the government works. As far as the president goes, we can have anybody, any party ever. However, Congress is set up to be a two-party system.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like most other thing, anything. Before you can fix it, you gotta rebuild it. You gotta damn near dismantle it. So easier said than done.
Yeah. Well, man, look, we gotta get this thing started right. We sitting up here having this conversation. Let's get it cracking.
Let's go.
Hey.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep.
Yo. I always want to drop a beat on that, man. I want to drop a verse. I got 17 bars. 17 bars. 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Don't adjust your dials. This is your boy Ace Kennedy, and I got my other right hand man in the building. Y'all know him, the bad guy. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man, I had to come in. I heard that I was being missed.
Oh yeah.
And, y'all been talking about so many things. I was doing my research today to make sure I don't bring up old topics or blah, blah, blah. And I was mad at myself. I said, man, I should have been in them comments firing up, man.
Hey, that's right. We know you a busy man. We know you a busy man. So we just grateful to have you back. Charlie V will be joining us a little bit later. He taking care of some business, some podcast business, but hey, we still got a show to do. So yo, man, what was going on with you this weekend?
Oh man, nothing but car maintenance. I showed a great lesson to my children. Had a lot of car maintenance come up, and it costed a lot of money. And I had a savings account. Go figure. I didn't even have to stress it, except watching the money go down the drain. But it was a great life lesson to my kids. This is why you have a savings account. Shout out, rest in peace. Pour out a little liquor for the money that I had to give to the mechanic, John Johnson. I don't like you. That's my mechanic's name. But that's what I did this weekend. That's what I did. How about yourself, sir?
Man, you know me, churching, and then of course been mixing on your boy's album, Charles's album.
You better hurry up. Sound like he better come jump on you.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Mark Nurse, man. I see you, man. Thanks for welcoming me back, dog.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to TJ and Ashley Johnson. Yeah, we thank y'all for being in the building. Like I said, Charles will join us real soon. But no, man, I've been working on his album. I'm actually done with all of my portion. It's on him now. He got on me, and I had like 5 songs that was in there, and I got them all back to him. So
that's the best part of life, man. Every time, hey, did you get me such and such? It's in your email box, sir.
Yeah, check it.
Look, don't ever question me till you check your box.
So we got all of that stuff worked out that we had going on with that. Like I said, he is definitely gonna flood my inbox with some more this week, I am sure. So we're gonna get that done, and I'm still editing my video for the new song. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to make a guest appearance on one of them videos. Make Oklahoma City remember the district attorney of Midwest City. They be forgetting I used to fix them tickets. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. But anyway, man, we got a pretty stacked show. We're gonna be getting into talking about some more verses. We're gonna get into a little bit of Will and that whole drama. Go talk about some basketball news. We go talk about a little bit of football. You know, we just kind of the same topics we always kind of hit. Same old show.
Exactly.
But definitely excited to get everything popping. But so you know, going back to this whole Kanye West thing, bro. So the last that we had heard, Kim had come out and basically said that he, you know, had some mental health stuff, some bipolar, some other mental things going on. And then finally Kanye came back to apologize to her and thanked her for holding him down, and just, you know, basically said that he had been pretty stressed out, and, you know, with everything he had going on, you know, we got the new deal with Gap. And then, of course, him talking about running for president. And then, of course, he was supposed to drop an album, which that did not happen. So what are your thoughts about the whole situation?
So you got to understand, I love this podcast, but I also don't like critics. So I don't ever want to sound like I'm criticizing anyone.
Just your opinion, bro. Just your opinion.
Anybody with mental illness or with whatever. There's so many things. Those Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
I think South Park showed them best. They do look like succubus or something of that nature. Not too many men can survive them, and I'm going to put that there. With that being said, I hate to be in Kim or Kanye's position, because even as they're trying to make up, they got cameras in their face every day, all day. So even when they try and, you know, as soon as if me and you get into an argument, and as soon as me and you are making up, TMZ drops an article that shows me 6 weeks ago talking bad about your mama.
Yeah.
Could we ever make up? You know what I mean? Like living in paparazzi's eye all your life, which takes us back to the Smiths. This is what y'all want. This is what you and Chuck want. Hence, yeah, I just want y'all to know, when y'all famous, I'm just gonna be in the back popping bottles while y'all complain. I might be selling secrets, but that's beside the point. We'll work that out in the contract. Depends on how well y'all take care of me.
Yeah,
but you gotta be careful wanting to be famous, man.
You do got to be careful. And, you know, like you said, this is, you know, these antics, as we call them, tend to pop up when he's about to do something, you know, when he's dropping an album. And again, I do honestly believe that he does have some mental illnesses, and, you know, I definitely know that can affect things, but at the same time, with his genius, there is always a caveat with that. And so it's one of those things that he typically just seems to do these things around the time when he's about to drop something. So it's kind of hard to like really, what's going on, V? Be concerned,
see you, baby girl. I see you.
Because of the fact, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, is he about to drop something, or is he really having an episode of something? Like, it's just hard to really know.
Let me turn one in on you, man. Great homegirl of mine. You need to start tagging me in this so I can bring more of my folks over. She tagged me in a post today. I'm not yesterday, one of the days. She said, man, who you think was crazier? James Brown, George Clinton. or Rick James? I think Rick James in that situation is the craziest that I'm gonna call out because he was the first, or one of the first. I'm not gonna call him the first. One of the first pop rock star R&B guys. You see what I'm saying? Most people don't understand. Before Prince was walking around looking like your favorite girlfriend, Rick James, you know what I'm saying, was looking like your favorite girlfriend. And he was a real bad guy doing crazy, crazy stuff. With that being said, kind of like the 5 Heartbeats, everything you do that's a flaw, we got to learn how to capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? I want all my veterans, my movie veterans, remember how the 5 Heartbeats fighting turned into one of the breakdown, you know? So I hope that everything Kanye does is his showing, being the clown or being whatever he thinks he's doing. I hope he's doing it for the money, and I hope he's not crying for attention and we're about to watch him commit suicide on national TV.
Yeah, I hope so either. I hope so not, because at the same time, he does bring a lot of influence. And it's one of those things, you know, with him having mental illness, he could actually be one of the biggest advocates and could really help show people how to deal with stuff. But
Come on.
Unfortunately, his antics and his erratic behavior, sometimes it doesn't it doesn't help the cause, because a lot of times when you associate mental illness, you immediately think crazy. And so anything that's not normal is considered crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so he could be a big advocate because of the attention that he brings to whatever platform he's on. But transitioning, you brought up capitalizing off of stuff. And so, you know, the boy August Alsina, the situation still has not resolved yet. Like, so recently, August did an interview with Lil Wayne on his Tunchi podcast, and he kind of talked about it. Just basically said that he still, you know, had love for Jada, and you know, because Wayne was just asking him straight up, like, bro, do you miss her? Like what's the deal? But said all that to say that the boy Will dropped the track, man, talking about, you know, y'all pushing on the good guy. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, y'all keep pushing at me, but you don't understand. Every time y'all talk about me, I'm making so much money, whatever the case may be. Bro, I can tell you, for me, it was unnecessary for this track. It just I don't know, man. Like, I get Will and them are private people, and they're private for a reason, regardless of what we speculate. Not everything has to be commented on, especially when you are considered an icon like Will. But what is your thought process about this whole situation?
You know, I talk too much, so I'm gonna make it real simple. I think we are literally saying that Will Smith is a man. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Will has went through and survived a lot of different rumors, be it true or not. He ain't said nothing. He laughs.
Yeah.
But there was one time, quiet as kept, I enjoy Will Smith's rap. So every once in a while, I'll see what he's doing. I think he might have been his last rap album, maybe one before that. He had a fire verse on there, man. He basically attacked Wendy Williams and I think the judge Larry Elder or something of that nature. And he showed you that, hey, again, I'm a good guy, but I'll show you what I'll do. Like I say, his verse was so tight to me. When I used to repeat it, I'd throw a cuss word in there. And one of the barbers that I hung out with said, man, did Will cuss? I said, no. That's just how hard it hit. I threw a cuss word in there because it deserved to be there.
Yeah.
I wasn't always a bad guy. My name's Bad Guy now. I wasn't always a bad guy. Certain people might take you for granted. Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying? We talk so much crap about Nick Cannon now, and now Nick Cannon's letting loose on people. It just shows you, just because I'm a celebrity over here, you don't know who I am. Will Smith's from West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yeah. And so again, I think we're seeing he's a man. He's a husband. There's certain things that he it's not always business. And you know what? If I'm so high up now, what does it matter if I fall? Like, somebody's got to beat me. And right now, like I say, Will, he had it in the verse. He said, "Man, I got the best DJ. I do the best movies. Look at my wife." I mean, he's done shot him out before. I mean, he shot at you before. He just does it with such a smile. It makes you feel good about it.
Yeah, I get all that. Do you think August is wrong for capitalizing off of this situation?
Man, August is just like Monica Lewinsky. Write your book and get out the way. You will literally be known as Jada side piece if you keep referring to this incident.
Well, the thing is that what's unfortunate is because it's a rock and a hard place.
Is it?
It is, because here's why I say that, right? Now, when it comes to he just released the album. So because of the fact that he released this album, people aren't talking about the music, they're talking about the entanglement. So the thing was, yeah, he dropped a song called Entanglements.
Was Entanglement on the album?
It was not, but the way that streaming works now, he could take that song and then just put it on the album. And
so if I buy it today, I can get it again. I can get it. If I buy the album today, I can get that song.
Well, see, I don't know if it's on the physical album, because I mean, or I don't. What you use for your music nowadays?
You don't. Come on, man. I'm an old guy. I buy CDs,
okay.
But I'm not buying that CD. But no, if I was to go to iTunes now and purchase the whole album.
Yeah, if you go to iTunes now, it should be on there, unless he just made that as a single, because I know it was Rick Ross's idea actually actually do it. And so he originally wanted him to drop an album called Entanglements, but so Mark is saying it's a bonus track on the deluxe edition. So
makes sense. That would make sense. Hey, look, and then for the old people like me, that's a real fan of his. You would go out and buy the CD again. But back to what you really said, what you asked to begin with. I think, if you create, we do something to bring somebody in, right? Mm-hmm. So hey, I got down with Jada. And that's enough to get you over here. But once I get you over here, I should have at least 7 tracks that you're going to learn to love. You know what I'm saying? The summer's not over. I should have a summer classic on there for you. You know what I'm saying? Something for Labor Day. I should have some better music. I can't keep talking about Jada.
Yeah. And that's my mind, because the album was actually good. Like,
okay,
if you're a fan of August Alsina, the project was actually good. I just hate that, again, it's attached to this. I think that if anything, if you're going to use it as a tactic to necessarily promote whatever it is, whether he was literally just like couldn't deal with it anymore, or if he wanted to live his truth, or whatever the case may be, he had the opportunity to wait a couple of weeks after maybe the buzz has died down. You already know artists are dropping music like crazy because you can't really tour anything right now. So basically it's already there for you to just let the music die down, then start talking about that, or drop the interview with him and Angela Yee. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it was wasted, because the thing was, it wasn't like he just had music. You know what I'm saying? He actually even had a documentary series journeying his way to get to the project. So it's like he had a bunch of stuff going on. So I'm just
Kim just made a great point. Like you say, if you keep addressing certain things, you might pick up 2 or 3 fans, but you might lose more of your core fans. You know what I mean? Like, is that really what we want? And that's why you're taking a hell of a gamble. You're taking a hell of a gamble.
It was a gamble. And I think, like I said, for anything, for me, it was just like his music could have spoke for itself. I just think that he didn't have faith in the core fans just to enjoy his music, or maybe let the music come out first. Let people speculate, like, yo, is he talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm just
saying, get your publicist. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I mean, I understand he has some health stuff going on, so he has to be strategic about when he does stuff. But the fact that he doesn't necessarily have to do like a touring schedule right now, I don't really know how that particular disease works. So Yeah, I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
I gotta say, he's the weaker side of the conversation.
Yeah.
A grown man like myself, I don't concern myself with all this. You are a singer, so you're going to be up in the know. He's competition to you. Me, I'm more looking at the icon. Like, how's he handle this? Will his marriage survive this? I'm paying attention to the other side, man.
Yeah.
Controversy sells at the end of the day. Amen to that.
It does sell, but at the same time, I'm just wondering though.
Do you sell your soul? What all does it sell? That's my question. How much are you really willing to put on the block to sell?
I think the other thing too, though, is I don't really know what all he's lost because of that. Because
he lost Kim.
Well,
lost Kim.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's true. A loyal fan, but I'm talking about as far as like the reputation that he had prior to that is because most people thought he was a homewrecker, and so I'm just wondering
how did most people know he was a homewrecker though?
Because of the pictures. Like, that's the thing.
So man, that's assumption. That's people wanting shit. He came out and confirmed it.
It's assumption, but unfortunately, though, the people that hold the power to allow him to do the things he's doing, if they believe the assumption, he's losing out on stuff. That's what
I'm not going. I can't sign off. Can we? Let's read some comments because I don't like this subject. I don't like him. I'm sorry. Look. I didn't think he was a homewrecker. I just thought he was a little R&B dude. Now I think he's a punk. Oops. Look. Oops. Sorry. Look. Now you a little jump off. You should get tossed around Hollywood. You better be careful. Nia Long might want you. If I see you around there, I'll shoot at you, boy. Stay away from my cakes.
Yeah. Yo.
So different, but you right about that, man.
Now, Chris, before 2020 BC, you used to always end up in Vegas at these big fights, right?
Yeah.
So you heard about Iron Mike.
Come on, man.
And Roy Jones.
Come on, man.
What you think, man? Give me your opinion about this.
So, man, I had so many different opinions, man. I'm getting so excited. For those that don't know, I'm probably one of the biggest fight fans you might ever see in your real life. I spent a lot of money. I went into debt going to fights. Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter of all times. I cried the first time he lost. I almost cry every time he loses to this day. So when the verse said that Mike was coming back, he was working out, I was excited. And then I seen that him and Evander Holyfield might fight. I said, oh my God, yes, redeem yourself, Mike. Yes, yeah. Then I think Evander got a little bit nervous watching Mike's workout video. Mm-hmm. Evander kind of disappeared on us. Fat Joe, because we all pandemic, can't do nothing, got his podcast going. He got Roy Jones on there, and they get to laughing and joking, talking about Mike. And Roy gives a lot of props to Mike. Mike's people hear it and say, you know what, Roy? I mean, you was a heavyweight one time, two times. There's not too much difference between y'all. You want to get in the ring with him? And the bad part about that is Roy still thinks he's the Roy that we know. And don't get it twisted. Roy is my third favorite boxer of all time.
All right.
Last time Roy fights is 2018. I didn't see the fight. Oops. But that's neither here nor there. The workout video that Mike's doing that I'm watching don't look like the workout video that Roy just produced, meaning Mike looks super better. Now, most boxing people that don't watch boxing or haven't been up to boxing say Mike Tyson's going to kill Roy. Well, I know that Mike's probably going to beat Roy, but I don't think he's going to. I didn't think he was going to beat Roy until I seen Roy's video. I said, Roy, you're missing a step. You nowhere near as fast as you used to be, but Mike looks just as aggressive. Now, the good part about that is it's an exhibition fight. So hopefully nobody gets really, really hurt. I hope so. I hope some blood's drawn, and if somebody gets knocked out, good for fight fans. But something beautiful came out of this. Well, two things I think beautiful came out of this. I think Mike Tyson has a great chance of being the oldest heavyweight champion again. I think he can do what George Foreman did. I think he's in better shape than George Foreman was. And I think the 3 top champs that are up there for him to take the belt from are almost easy pickings. Tyson Fury, Wilder, and Joshua. All 3 of those would be great fights for Mike. If Mike shows us two good fights, I think Mike could get in there with any of those boys and give them a run for their money. So that's great, right? Because I'm an Iron Mike Tyson. I would love to sit with my sons and show them Mike Tyson.
Right.
But Roy Jones done jumped in the ring. And again, I love Roy Jones, chicken neck. And so many people don't really know how dope that guy is. Most people think Mike and Roy are very different in ages. And the reality is they're only off by 3 years. They're only about 3 years difference. But it caught somebody else's attention. This Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight caught somebody else's attention. There's a guy by the name of Bernard Hopkins, the executioner, right? Bernard was old when he got in the fight game because Bernard was in prison knocking cats out, and he jumped out in the game. So Bernard jumps in and says, man, that'll be great. I wish Roy would finally fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Roy getting spun up and all this, being ready to fight Mike Tyson. Roy said, oh, after I'm done fighting Mike, exhibition, having a good time. Hey, Bernard, we ain't doing the exhibition, though. We gonna fight for real. So, I mean, Merry Christmas to me. September 12th is the day after my birthday. You know what I'm talking about, Virgo.
Right.
So I get to see Roy and Mike play with each other. I hope nothing comes bad of them boys, but Mike's a bad dude, and Roy's known for some things. I hope Mike goes on to his career and fights some great stuff. But let me see the executioner and Roy Jones. That's a real, because they're the same weight class. Man, as you know, I love fights. Look, I could talk about boxing all day. This will turn into a boxing. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I love the scrippers. Yeah, I love the scrippers. Look who showed up.
Hey, bro, listen, man. They said they said Clark Kent ain't enough at the job. We need you to be in that Superman costume for a little bit longer there, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
we out here, man.
Only problem with that, man, we salary workers now, man. We don't get paid no extra.
That is very true. That is very true. Very true. They said this is what we paying you handsomely for on over here, man.
Right. We expect this out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
what's good, fellas? I haven't been able to chime in though. What I miss?
Oh, we talking about the fight right now, bro. He was giving me a little bit of history on what was going on, and so part of that we was talking about the other thing that popped up was they finally interviewed Roy Jones, and so he was kind of talking about what he thought about everything, and so he was just saying, yeah, like, you know, he wasn't trying to get hurt doing this. So
hey, Roy in his I didn't realize Roy was in his 50s like that, bro.
Man, they 3 years apart.
I didn't realize that.
You know,
for some reason though, man, Tyson just seems so much older than Roy,
because
and mainly
he was the youngest. He was the youngest champ.
He was the youngest champion, and he was in so early on that you've seen him early though. But then I think also the thing about it too, though, man, is that because we saw him so early on, man, you actually sit there and saw all of the phases of Mike from you know, young enough to when Mike Jack was going to, I mean, when Tyson went to jail, coming out, trying to get back and all this other stuff. So yeah, you've been seeing him longer than you've seen Roy though.
I told my buddy today at work, man, I'm literally praying that we get Mike Tyson era 3. So the reality is the first era of Mike Tyson is where the video games come from. Iron Mike Tyson, he's the man. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the 3 Mikes of the 80s. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when Michael was the most popular name ever, and it was because of Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Mike Tyson. That was a very popular name. The 80s was ran by the Mikes. Then Mike went to jail, and Custom might have died, and a lot of things fell apart. And then Mike came back, and we seen that the era, the second era of Mike wasn't as great. That's the Holyfield losses.
Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think that from my perspective, what's interesting about this, because shout out to the homeboy Ralph checking in. He said, yo, Roy offered to fight Mike in 2003, but Mike was done with boxing at the time. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that if Roy fought Mike in 2003, Roy would have had a better chance of beating him.
He would have beat him.
Now, with both of them being old, and I'm gonna be this. Maybe I don't want to sound like I'm a prisoner of the moment, but I saw Roy's training video, and he ain't looking like he as fast as the homeboy Tyson is. I mean,
I literally said that.
He looks slower though, bro. So I'm just like, I don't want to go off of who got the best and one mixtape.
Well, no, hold on, no. Well, you know, I'll say this. So back when we talk about these Tyson errors, that young Tyson man, he was very quiet. He laughed and giggled at the camera. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to be aggressive until he got in the ring. It wasn't until he got in the ring that you was like, whoa, that boy got something to him. Then second error, he's growling, talking crazy, and you know, you're like, oh man, you trying to scare people.
Kids in the name of Allah.
You trying to scare people now. Well, this Mike, I've been watching, you know, because he got the marijuana business, so he been smoking, and he's so much calmer now and laid back. Meaning, so when I watch him train now, the only thing the boy ain't did is get under that rope. Remember how he used to get under that rope? If he gets under the rope, Roy Jones better not get in that ring.
Listen,
that's
bro,
in my opinion.
I'm praying that Roy Jones just lives. I Roy was. I was a huge Roy
third
fan,
favorite
bro.
fighter, man.
And I think that Chris Top, you missed when we was talking. Like I had the story though, bro. When I saw Roy get knocked out by Antonio Tarver, it literally felt like I was watching a family member die in front of me, bro.
$450. I lost $450 in Rocky 6. Rocky 6 was nothing because Roy Jones didn't get to be in it like he was supposed to be.
Well, listen, the bad part that what really hurt my heart is when I saw homeboy say, "Yeah, what excuses you got this time, Roy?" and then proceeded to knock him on out.
Because I was like, whooping your ass, Roy. I'm mad that I didn't know about him the whole time. They said Tarver can't fight nobody but Roy.
maybe that's what it is. But I thought that Roy was gonna be like on some Mayweather level where he would go undefeated.
He had great potential.
The biggest difference, though, man, is that I'm not entertained at all by Mayweather fights. Like I think he's boring, to be quite honest. Like I don't want to. If you paying $75 to watch a fight, and all I'm watching, I can respect the defense. I can respect that you're not taking any hits and everything like that. But I'm thinking like you the champion for one, and I know that you got to get knocked out or you got to get beat to lose the title. But I'm not going to sit here and pay $75 just to watch you do all counter punches, right? I thought the only Roy Jones fight that I was entertained by was when I saw him fight Canelo Alvarez. When he
Floyd, you talk about Floyd.
Floyd.
But I say, it's like, wait, and you threw me off. I said, hold on, man.
My bad. But when I saw Floyd actually trying to was whipping him. It's the most I've seen him look more dominant. But other than that, though, man, I'm not entertained at all by Roy fights. But I mean, by Mayweather's fight. But Roy, on the other hand, was out there, baby. He was out there looking to lay you out, and that's where I think that's what I loved about watching Roy, though, man.
Yeah. So
what else I missed, though, man? What else I missed?
Go ahead. You got it. Hit it.
I was just basically saying, man, we talked about the whole Will and Jada thing again. We talked about that. Got a small bit of politics, but other than that, man, we just kind of got started. So, we can jump into we can get into that bubble news, bro.
Listen, man. Here's what I think is interesting, right? So when it comes to this bubble, right? Big news, biggest. First off, Zion left, right? Zion's back as of today, right? Got cleared the quarantine protocol. But Lou Williams changed the game up, man. Boy said, "Nah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and leave out." Said he went to a funeral, something like that. And I guess the boy Lou Williams said, "You know what, man? Bruce Chris, it ain't enough, though, homeboy. I ain't trying to go to TGI Fridays. Even Gwinnett County out here in Snellville, where he's from, Snellville Grayson area out here. only top restaurants in this little side of town in Atlanta, man. And I hear that his parents still stay over here. So we got Longhorns, we got small little chains over here. We ain't got the big ones downtown. So the boy Lil Will said, nah, you know what, man? I'm sliding on out here to this not Strokers, my bad, Magic City, where I got my own wings out here named after me, bro. Now, my thing is this though, Ace. How well known? How many times have you visited this spot to have your own wings?
That's right.
There's some spots that I frequent. I don't got the Charlie Venus flavor wings out here though, man.
Are you from Atlanta?
I'm not from Atlanta. No.
Are you a NBA superstar?
I am on my way. No, I'm retired.
So with that being said, it's the best marketing I've ever heard of. Listen, if I ran any business and I knew a boy from Atlanta was coming home to Atlanta often, please come here.
This to me, this I can't hear that anyway, Ace, by the way.
That was funny. It was funny.
But here's the thing that I think that's crazy. To me, it already talks up even more the legendary status of Lou Williams, because Lou Williams, so this is what's funny. All right. So one time, so I've already saw that Lou Williams had he had one time, I don't know if he still does, had 2 girlfriends. Just regular. You go courtside at the game, 2 girls, that's it. So one time we're sitting here at Briscoe Park, we see the boy Lou Williams pull up in a cold Lambo, has 2 girls in the front seat, and it's a 2-seater.
Right, say ain't no room in no Lambo.
No, he got 3 girls. He got 2 girls in the front seat. They ride on over here. And the boy Lou Williams pull up, everybody's like, oh, he got the Lambo. But then I'm just sitting here thinking like, whoa, the homeboy got 2 chicks in 1 seat in a 2-seat car though, man. So Lou Williams, to me, I can't even get into the health aspect of, oh, you put yourself in jeopardy, you put your team in jeopardy. Set all of that aside. I just think that it put Lou Williams up there with Wilt the Stilt number. It put him up there with it. It was a very impressive man stat that I think
he's what's the quarterback? What's the Texas quarterback on the sidelines with the fur coat on? You see what I'm saying?
Well, hold on.
Shit.
You ain't talking about Vince Young.
No, way earlier than that. Joe Namath.
You said Texas. Oh, I'm
sorry.
New York.
Yeah, I know what he meant. I
apologize.
Yeah, you said Texas. Yeah. I automatically think Vince Young, Colt McCoy.
I apologize. No, with Joe Namath had the fur coat on the sidelines. You know what I mean? It's that level. Like,
how do you listen, bro?
Trendsetter, bro.
How do you top that though? Like, Ace, you go and you leave from Orlando in a pandemic, and you know what's at stake. You leave there, go to a funeral, right? You ain't going after to the viewing or to the after festivity. You say, nah, bro, let's go ahead and slide on out
to get something
to get something to eat. I get it if they do got good wings. Now, here's what I think is funny though, right? So you say, hey, you know what? They got good wings, right? Anywhere. Wingstop apparently ain't got wings on Magic City, right? I've had some of the best food that I've had at a strip club before. So I'm sitting here thinking like, Magic City, then they stuff is like they slap like that.
I gotta get it before I go back to the bubble, bro.
Hey man, I'll be back. I'll be there in December, man. I'm reserved. I want you to take me to Magic City.
Listen, bro.
See how good these wings are.
Let me tell you what here's the funny thing about it. It's not apparently it's not just Magic City, because I remember a long time ago, one of my homeboys did, and I'm not going to say his last name because he's a reformed church going man now. But before he was reformed, church fearing, Bible reading, everyday man. He said, "Nah, bro, it's your birthday. We need to slide on out here at lunchtime to Strokers."
Bro.
So we go on out here to Strokers. And he said, yeah, we go out there for lunch, right? So I go out here for lunch and we order steak and potatoes at the strip club for lunchtime, right? At Strokers. I can tell you that it was better than Longhorn, better than I've been to Ruth Chris before.
Come on,
it was
man.
better than Weber Grill in Chicago. The strip club, steak and potatoes was snapping. And he was like, I told you, bro. And the bad part about it is it almost felt like I wasn't there for the women. They were just there. That was just
extra. They're just
the
extra.
food, the ambiance there to know that you're eating this almost grade A tasted. I mean, it was, and I could not believe it.
So I went to college one time to drop my little brother off, right? And I happened to walk past a marketing class, and the teacher was explaining how certain strip clubs have their restaurant as a different business. So when you go on business trips, you can go to the strip club and charge the restaurant, and they don't know you as Strokers because it comes up on your credit card as whatever the kitchen's name is. And you just got to be smart. So with that being said, you say, no, baby, I didn't go to see the strippers. You know they got good steak. You see what I'm saying? I think it's the best marketing move in the world.
Here's the other thing that's interesting too, right? So you go to the strip club and you have to take out money at the ATM. They charge like $25, right? So then it's like, how do you there, right? So you can't be in there trying to spend at the strip club and then have a problem with paying $25 at the ATM. It's crazy though, bro. So
you better plan. You got to plan ahead.
All right, let me change it up on y'all real quick.
Nah, man, we talking strippers, man. We got to stay here. I'm joking.
So if you're on his team, right? What do you do at this point?
You dap him up.
Check his temperature.
Him up and you listen, you check his temperature, and then you dap him up and be like, bro.
And look, so what do you say? You want somebody in your family to die so you get a chance? Like, nah, man. The boy took advantage of his opportunities.
It's
at the end of the day, man, he took advantage of his opportunities.
I'm not that mad. To be honest, I think it's more funny than I would be angry about it. Like I would, if I'm him, if I'm on the team, I would always take the little jabs at it. He just has to know that it's gonna follow him forever. Right,
but here's the thing, though.
Williams is hot off the paint, hot in the strip clubs.
He's missing 2 games though. That's what I'm saying. Like you
the game's already started.
No, they start tomorrow. They start on tomorrow.
He has to quarantine for like 10 to 12 days.
He's got to quarantine 14 days, so he's missing 2 games. And
Lou Williams is hot off the bench and hot at the strip club, bro.
I didn't know that part. Wait.
Yeah. But not only that, though. Not only is he missing 2 games, right? Because I think they're playing the Lakers first. So the thing is that you can start losing seeding here. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you can't forget the Clippers already got people missing. They missing Patrick Beverly. They're missing Montez Harrell. Now they're missing Lou Williams, and they're missing, I think, somebody else. So it's like it's one of those.
I apologize, fellas. I apologize. This is Summer League we're talking, right?
No. This is the regular league. Thursday. The official start of the bubble season is Thursday, and the boy Lou Williams thought he had to see them Gus.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn it. That's one. I told her I was gonna give a mod $1 for every cuss word. So.
It is genius, but think about this though, right? I mean, think about even then, right? When it comes to that, like I'm just sitting here thinking, like I don't know, I can't think of another athlete that was even in competition with Will. And then here comes Lou Williams that just said, you know what? I'm about to show y'all what's up and pull up with my 2 women's. I love women's. I love women.
Wait, I think we confusing 2 things. Ma just threw in the whole thing where I can't even laugh no more because I love women.
Yeah.
Okay? Any given time, me and my woman is looking for another woman. For everybody loving my eyes, I got beautiful eyes. We always would love someone to come and hang out. With that being said, that boy Barry missed a check. That boy's Barry missed 2 game checks. So now I'm like, I don't think Wilt was missing no money, blood.
I don't necessarily know that he's going to miss a full game check. I mean, the player contracts are guaranteed. Now, maybe it's not as much, but at the same time, even let's say realistically, right, you do put your team in jeopardy because I'm going to be honest, at the end of the game, while they got Kawhi, they got Paul George. I mean, Lou Williams.
Why you have to say that?
Lou Williams is the only one that I think. I mean, Kawhi Leonard can play. You know, he plays good defense down the stretch. But I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna put the ball out of that team, I would probably trust Lou Williams over Paul George. I trust Lou Williams over Patrick Beverly. I choose. He's probably the guy. If I needed a single shot, I don't know necessarily that I would give it to Kawhi because to me, to be quite honest, I think that Kawhi is more guardable. He may get his shot off, but I think that Lou Williams is practically, it's like he's gonna get his shot off, and it's just a matter of not whether it's good, but he can get his shot off more than any. But I mean, he plays starter minutes, and on top of that, in the clutch, he is the guy who's gonna take the shot for them. So it's still early. But I think that he's a professional scorer, so I don't think that it's going to impact their season like that. It's too early games. I think the issue that it does present, though, with them is that they were already shuffling their lineups up until before COVID, right? So now it's like you want to get them the rhythm as soon as possible, though, bro. So,
well, the other thing, too, is that, you know what I'm saying, they're looking, like I said, they're talking about seeding. Ultimately, man, they can end up playing Houston in the first round if they ain't careful.
It's funny you mentioned Houston because what I think people are low key missing here. Now, maybe it's because I don't want to. People always say I hate on the boy James Harden, and Austin Rivers is already on my list of people that I just.
He's not there. He's not there. He's out of the bubble right now.
Listen, that's where I'm going. Follow where I'm going. Do you think it's a coincidence that Austin Rivers has left the bubble around the same time that they made the big social media announcement that Houston has a drive-through strip club now? What if Austin Rivers, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, maybe it's because he's already on my list of players that I don't particularly like. What if Austin Rivers left the bubbles ahead of Lou Williams? Maybe he is the maybe Lou Williams is.
Hey, Nikki, baby, good to see you.
No, man. So
the other thing too, right? For Lou Williams, I know we need to move on, but as far as Lou Williams too, man, he's lucky because they literally could have sent him home. They are not playing with people that potentially are trying to, because think about it, man. If one person gets COVID, it's over. It's done, bro.
So far, nobody's positive.
Watch me move the needle. Look, Nikki's here, so now I got to be professional. Watch me move the needle. This is why this pandemic is horrible, because the nation's leadership isn't taking it serious. So you can't really hold me accountable when half of us don't believe it exists.
Yeah, but you can't put that on 45 because here's the thing.
Why can't I?
Because the NBA don't respect him no way. So
what?
I see both sides on that, though.
He's the leader of the nation, man. First off, he act like it's his right, and then he's going to say, I dare you to push this too far. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, we got a hell of a policy going on with this pandemic. It's literally, what's the word? Bipartisan. How can a pandemic be bipartisan?
Well, it's here's the thing about it. Since we're talking about it, you can tell that it is a virus now and a pandemic that has been politicized, because when you look at the states that have the highest rates of the new infections, they've been the states that have been led by Republican governors who have basically had their own reopenings and everything like that. But I think that to Ace's point, though, right? The NBA made it clear they don't care what Donald Trump says. The players, anyway, their players are more vocal than other leagues and everything like that. And while their owners stay behind the scene, I think that it works out that the NBA is very much cognizant that there are player-driven leagues. So what players like LeBron, what players like Paul George say matters because they are the faces of the NBA.
So with that being said, Lou just played the boss card. Lou just played the boss card. He's literally gonna say, "Y'all gonna condemn me? Y'all gonna condemn me?" That's what he's literally asking. So are y'all scared of me or not? Mind you, I'm grieving. Y'all don't know how I grieve. I might have needed those chicken wings. And then somebody said in the comments, wasn't no entertainers even there.
No, entertainers were there, bro.
That's it, Mark. Hey, I'm going off with the nurse. Mark Nurse said, wasn't no entertainers there. I'm going with Mark said. Until y'all show me different.
Listen, the ad strokers, they're there. I'm going to say this as someone who's frequent strip clubs during lunchtime.
My sister Nikki's on here. I don't want you just be talking. She might come in and slap shit out of you.
Let me tell you what's funny. Right? Here's a funny story, though, right? So tell me why I've never been to Magic City, but the research department has been to Magic City.
That's my sis, man. I love her. Oh, that's my sis. Oh, I love her.
No. This is funny, right? So that's why I can speak freely about this.
Right, man. Yeah, you already know it. You already know she's my spirit animal. I love her, bro.
But I think that, Chris, I see where you're going, though, right? But I think that I'm somewhere in the middle between that perspective because I totally understand that the NBA don't care what Donald Trump says, and they make it clear because Adam Silver he's the voice for the owners. That's why you'll never hear the owners talk. So I don't think that that what he says matter. But to someone else outside of the NBA as fans, I do agree that if the president doesn't take it serious, then I think that it's hard for a lot of him would be inclined to take it serious as well, though, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, Ralph Cole just asked a question. I don't want to answer because it hurts my heart.
That's a good question.
It hurts my
Let's
heart.
talk about that. Why? This is what's funny. He says, why Mark Jackson don't have a head coaching job? And to be honest, it only made sense for me that he would be the head coach of the Knicks. They got Tom Thibodeau out there, man, and the NBA just has this way of just keep recycling. I thought they were out of that for a while. I thought that they were out of just.
What that boy Larry Brown? He don't deserve no job.
Larry Brown ain't been coaching for a little while though, man.
But I'm just saying though, but they done recycled him 4 times.
They done recycled him a few times over. But this is what I think is interesting though. Okay. I think, to be quite honest with you though, why Mark Jackson doesn't have a job, it tells me that, and this is not knowing, this is just my opinion, right? Something tells me that Mark Jackson just rubs people the wrong way.
I was just about to say that. So that's the reports that came out of Golden State, is that like he was really trying to push religion on a bunch of folks.
Something about either he rubs players the wrong way or he rubs management the wrong way.
Yeah. So you say he's a PJ Carlissimo. Remember PJ Carlissimo got choked out? He got choked. Hold on, listen to me. He got choked out, right? Then he came to Oklahoma City. Now remember, that's why I loved Oklahoma City the most, because I worked with them, right? I was having a good time. And them players was ready to go on strike because how he talked to them. You see what I'm saying? PJ didn't even make it out the first season with the Thunder because of how he acted.
Here's what I think. So I think that it's twofold, right? Because I think that it's something to be said that I think that Mark Jackson, if he was at all involved with, he was there to help build the state. He recognized players, so the Clays, the Draymonds, all the people who are their cornerstones. So you know that he knows talent and he knows young talent. I think the big thing is, and that is right where I'm going. Here's what I think. So what I think the problem with Mark Jackson is I think that the Knicks team is young. And I think that while Mark Jackson recognized talent and he got Golden State as a young team up until a certain point, I think that they brought in Steve Kerr because they thought that, all right, you know what, we've gotten as far as we would get with Steve with Mark Jackson.
Ain't that what they did to Tony Dungy down in Tampa Bay with Chucky? You see what I'm saying? I get the Cadillac all the way here, and then you kick me out and get the Super Bowl.
Right, but the fact that Steve Kerr did it over and over, did it that many times, I think that Mark Jackson needs to coach a veteran team. And I thought now that
they say Brooklyn. I like Brooklyn in the comments. I
think Brooklyn is supposed to be trying to get a new head coach, and it makes sense to me that Mark Jackson would be in New York. So I don't know, but that is a good question, though.
Same thing happened in Toronto too, though. As soon as they got rid of their coach, then they won the championship.
Yeah, but they also got rid of Kawhi Leonard. I think that they would have their coach. Then I think that they would have had their coach, and they got rid of DeMar DeRozan or Kawhi. I thought they would have got the same result.
And they got Green. Let's not count out Green.
Well, the other thing too is maybe they wouldn't have. Now that I think about that, it didn't help that LeBron. They kept having to face LeBron, and that wasn't going to happen. Kawhi didn't have to go through LeBron. And if we're talking about it, let's just be honest, man. Kawhi and them, that same team barely got past Orlando. They barely got past Philadelphia. And when they won, they beat them, right? They beat
yeah.
But they beat the
without the biggest, baddest cat in the league. So
I'm not gonna put an asterisk by it, but that's
basketball. It's basketball. Yeah, it's basketball. Who's at my door?
Hey, so listen, man. 2 Chainz, Rick Ross. Yeah, I love them scrippers. I saw that was announced. Hey, Kennedy, I know you're not the biggest 2 Chainz fan.
What they do? I missed something. What they do?
Rick Ross, 2 Chainz is gonna have a versus battle next week. Had to contact the research department on this one.
I'm too old.
Listen here, man. Tell me you've seen at least a versus battle.
Of course. No, I said I'm too old to see them two.
Okay.
Now, after you're done with that, I'm going to tell you I have at least 3 different versus battles that would be spectacular. But I'll let you finish this.
Well, here's what's funny, because we've tossed around Rick Ross's name several times, specifically about T.I., Jeezy. And then it had me sitting here thinking about this in this versus battle, bro. And according to the research, I got a feeling, Ace, that 2 Chainz is about to win this one here.
2 Chainz is a real producer.
First of all, I don't care about this versus battle.
You smoking that Huckabee over there? Listen, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why.
I didn't give you my prediction before you tell me why.
Let me tell you. I told you. Okay, give me your prediction. I'm gonna tell you why I think 2 Chainz might sneak up on this one.
So here's the thing: Rick Ross is gonna win. He's gonna win 12 to whatever. Or no, I think he's gonna do 13.
12 to 8. You think he's gonna get 12 to 8? He going 12 to 80?
Rick Ross is gonna slay him, bro.
Damn.
Okay. Here we go. Chris, what you think about this one before I tell you?
So I'm not a big Rick Ross fan. I enjoy his music. I mean, in the club, it's cool. He's a cool cat in the club. 2 Chainz, however, he got ties to the dungeon. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I listen to more 2 Chainz than I do Rick Ross. That's my only claim to fame. I listen to more 2 Chainz than I listen to Rick Ross.
Let me tell you where I'm going with this. This is not a reflection. This battle will not be a reflection of who makes the best music, right? Because I think that Rick Ross, to me, if you put the albums side by side, I think that Rick Ross probably has more classic albums, right? But when it comes to the versus battles, the one thing that I see is that
Ice versus MC Hammer.
Listen, bro. 2 Chainz is gonna. This is what I think. So you know how you keep seeing T.I. calling out everybody, because I think T.I. got some up his sleeve
because T.I.
people don't know about. But T.I. got a lot of street records that I think that people forgot about. When we got the
cult classic.
Yes, but here's the thing, though, bro. When you really get down to it, 2 Chainz got a lot of records. He got more singles that you could basically say, you know what, this is probably something that this is something to it. So listen, just among songs, right? T.I. got, 2 Chainz. Let's go to Rick Ross, because Rick Ross got Hustling, right? Easy. Pushing it, right? He got Here I Am. He got The Boss. He got I'm Not a Star. He got I'm On One. He got New Flame with Chris Brown. He got Gold Roses with Drake.
Sound the same to me.
If he go with 16, you can go with any of the Maybach musics. You can go with his features, a couple of features or whatever, right? But I think though that 2 Chainz is way more active. And I think that because 2 Chainz is more active as far as being featured on people's music, putting out more volume.
He got that doggone show. I just watched this man smoke a $700 marijuana cigar. I was infatuated.
I saw that he was high as a kite on there too. I saw one time too. Listen, I saw 2 Chainz was on NBA TNT on NBA. He was so high that Kevin Garnett tried to give 2 Chainz the ball and tell him to shoot. 2 Chainz was so high he couldn't even move, bro. He looked like a robot up there. It is one of the funniest things you see. And then I saw 2 Chainz on the expensivest show. He had this oil that they told was one of the highest, most potent versions of this THC that you can find. And 2 Chainz said, yeah, all you have to do is put your pinky in this oil, rub it, and that'll get you as high
as you ever been.
As high. So 2 Chainz put this on a rolled blunt, just got a little pinky finger and rolled it on there. And you would have thought that he was looking like Chris Rock on New Jack City, the way he was high, like high.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Charlie, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hear somebody yelling.
Finish him.
When it comes to Rick Ross, I'm telling you, bro. It's
listen, maybe I'm missing something, but when I'm looking here, 2 Chainz, he gonna pull out Duffel Bag Boy. Woo. He's gonna pull out Mercy. He's gonna pull out Nicki Minaj, the song Bees in the Trap. He's gonna pull out No Lie with Drake. He's gonna pull out I'm Different. He's gonna pull out Riot. He's gonna pull out No Problems with Wayne and Chance. Pull out Watch Out Little Bit. He's gonna pull out the birthday song. He's gonna pull out Yeah, I Love Them Strippers.
Don't forget about the Wayne classic though.
Listen, he's gonna pull out I'm gonna be fresh as hell if the feds
watching.
I'm gonna be fresh. Listen, he's gonna pull out It's a Vibe. It's a vibe.
Oh my God.
He's gonna pull my all my niggas look rich as up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that Wayne. That's the one. Niggas look rich as fuck. Hey, listen, you can't tell me nothing.
He's gonna pull out All Me.
Come on, bro.
He's gonna pull out I got a fucking problem. And man,
man, that's my divorce theme song. Listen. My ex-wife every time I call. Hey,
listen, he's
love
gonna
bad bitches. I got a problem. That's $2.
2 Chainz gonna pull out his verse on Bands That Make Her Dance.
Hey, hey,
listen,
hey. I'm gonna tell you right now, when we was mentioning the Rich Ross songs, I didn't do that. We was mentioning Rich Ross, I didn't dance. All he had to do was label the song, and I literally
He's gonna pull out K-Camp, it ain't nothing to cut that chick out. Listen, 2 Chainz is gonna pull out his verse from Jason Derulo, Talk Dirty.
You cheated. You cheating now. Now you're just cheating.
Listen, Jason.
What I'm
Good comeback. That was a good comeback. I like the way you did that. I like the way you did that.
What I'm trying to say is that when you think about this, isn't a contest of who's the best rapper. It's who's 20
Makes
songs.
You party.
No. It goes back to every time we talk about verses. It's going to depend on song selection. I don't care.
Right, but he just showed you the selection. We go to party. When you're watching verses, are you partying or not? Because like I said, when he just gave you them Rick Ross songs, he was like, oh, You do the same thing.
So
every song.
You got to shout out to the homeboy Thomas checking in because he still got Rapper Go to Lead, executive produced by LeBron James, and then he still has some songs from the Collard Grove album that I think is slept on. He has Pretty Girls Love Trap, won like the best album of 2017. Like, listen, bro, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that a 2 Chainz album is better than Rick Ross, and I'm not necessarily saying that, you know what I'm saying, 2 Chainz is better than Rick Ross. But what I am saying is that if you pick 20 songs, I just think that the boy 2 Chainz is going to be slapping way more than what people give him credit for, because you don't associate the best lyricists of all time with 2 Chainz. But I think song for song, 2 Chainz has a lot, and I didn't understand that because he bloomed later, just like Rick Ross. But 2 Chainz has been working, bro, and I just think that it would not surprise me that if 2 Chainz won this one 12-8 instead of Rick Ross.
All right, so like I said, I got my vote. My vote is Ross.
And Ralph, you're right. Rick Ross do have dope features because
they all sound the same.
He got We got that We Taking Over. That's probably one of my favorite songs of all time, and I love Rick Ross's verse. He still got his verse on that. Don't stop, pop that, don't stop that French Montana.
You got me. That was Luke that got me. It wasn't Rick.
Hood Hustle remix. Like, he got features, but I just think that 2 Chainz, he's been active, and this is the thing that I think is interesting, bro. I personally like 2 Chainz a lot, but when we had the research conducted, the research told me that maybe I've been underestimating and not respecting enough how much volume 2 Chainz has in a short amount of time, though, bro. He bloomed late. I don't know, man. But very much like how I think that T.I. has been calling out anybody, Jay-Z, whoever. I think T.I. knows he got 20 under his sleeve that he thinking like, nah, we sitting on something.
Hood classics.
Yeah.
So I seen a great meme on Facebook, and it gave me joy. Said we doing all this verses. Let me see No Limit versus Cash Money.
Man, we've been talking about this. Beginning of the podcast.
Who won then, Scrubs?
No. We think, I think at the end of the day, if they do it, now let me go back to the research. I got the research.
Go all the way back. Give it to me.
I'm always ready.
Give it to me.
We got the research done right here.
Give it to me. And that's my era, right?
I think that we got No Limit. I personally think No Limit would. Now, the catch to that is that how much of Cash Money are you including?
How far can you go? Can you go to Young Money? Can you go to Young Money?
Are you including Young Money? Are you including Drake? Are you including Nicki's song? Because that's why CMB.
Yeah.
So there's the Cash Money. So if you're including those songs, then I think that No Limit would lose. But if you only are including Cash Money songs,
Cash Money and No Limit, that's it.
Cash Money, No Limit. Then I think that No Limit would dog walk them. But I think that if you include the minute you include Drake's catalog, then I think that we're talking about
Drake and Nicki alone. And then, like I say, because you got to remember Young Money, the Lil Wayne, that era, Carter 3 up. You got to add those in. If we take those off the board and we go Cash Money, No Limit.
So here's the thing about it. So Cash Money basically has No Limit. So two of the favorite people who I used to like. I used to love Mac from No Limit. I used to like Fiend is still one of my favorites.
If you don't say Fiend, I'm getting off here.
Fiend is one of my favorites. But you know who I used to like that I think that people just completely forget?
No, you didn't mention before. Well, let me see. You might say his name.
I used to like Skullduggery.
Skullduggery's dope, but you know who you forgot? Mr. Kyle!
About the Mystical is University.
Come on, man. No, how can you forget Mr. Kyle?
Mystical is on. Listen, you missing it because Mystical is already on Ace's top MC's list.
Yeah. I'm just saying man. I'm a no limit song. I might not be nothing to you, but I'm the shit on this label. That's $3.
I love that everybody has a mystical voice.
You ain't gotta say too much from the look in my eyes. I can tell you wanna
oh man, you ain't gotta call me your boo. Hey man, shout out to Tona. If I can find you, girl. OU, met her at an OU party. She took me back to her house and she played me that song. Listen, that little dark skinned girl. Look here. Tone, I know you got a man now, but if you happen to run into my DMs, I got something for you, girl. We waiting on you. Matter of fact, I got an airline ticket with your name on it. Hey,
listen,
I quarantine for you, girl.
Shout out to Ralph, but we gonna have to go back to the research department. I gotta find the research on the No Limit one. But I don't think that I think that we talked about it, but we didn't get the official research. But since you brought it up, sir, we gotta go ahead.
Bring it back. I'll be back next Tuesday. Because I'm going to do my own research. You know, I got some research. Bro. You know what I'm going to do? I'm literally just going to pull out my albums, man. I'm going to make my kids listen. And if they like the song, I'm going to write it down. If they don't like it, we're going to keep it moving. That's what I'm about to do. Because, you know, my kids is the meanest. They're the meanest people ever.
I used to love the boy Magic from there. I used to like Mr. Servo.
Mr. Serve. I'm Mr. Serve. Cain and Abel.
Yeah, Cain and Abel.
Man.
Yeah, X.
Me and X.
I remember, listen, the one thing I remember the homie Chad. Shout out to the homeboy Chad, man. He just touched down, man. He got back the other day. He had a whole CD book that we used to ride. His mama used to have an old Plymouth, brown Plymouth. He would drop her on off to go to work, and then he'd be the only one whipping the car. This is right before Ace had the Nova, and Chad would be whipping her. And I just thought about we had some ugly colored cars that we was whipping it in though, because you had that lima bean color Nova.
It wasn't no lima bean. It's lime green.
It was lima. That thing looked like lima bean.
Lime green.
And the boy Chad had the brown one. And Chad had that big old book though, man. And he had the big, and it was all these No Limit ones though, man.
Hey man. Your research department's full of Republicans. Oh, I love the comments, bro.
Hey man, listen. We gotta have the research. We gotta have these Republicans research this No Limit Cash Money, because I think so this is what I think. I think here's the one thing to say about the No Limit. I think that the one thing that is interesting is that No Limit had KLC and Beats by the Pound producing the majority of their songs that they had. And so you had the homeboy Manny Fresh producing almost all, if not every single track from Cash Money. So I think that the one thing that was dope is that they had a very distinguished sound from both camps.
Like I remember, this is because this is the funnest of my rap era. So this is right after Pac and Biggie passed. So the gods are gone and it's an open playing field. So Outkast takes over, but New Orleans shows you like, yo, we got a sound out here for y'all too. I remember this. This is about when we really joined the service, Ahmad. This is, I remember them, New York is finally being quiet for a second and realizing Jay-Z realizes that Scarface and UGK can rap. Some things start changing the world. Everybody starts collabing. We get some dope music about 98, 99. You know what I'm saying? It gets doper than dope.
Listen, so, man,
I would love to check this.
You would be, so this is what's funny. I would tell somebody all day long that you would be hard pressed to tell me a better year for music than 1998. Yep. I think that 1998 in general, like I always think about this because I remember, right around the time that year that Kanye and 50 dropped, on the same day. That was a pretty dope year. I think that was like 2003 or something like that. But I think that just overall though, 98, maybe 99.
So you had Twister was going hard. Outkast gave you their third album. Machiavelli is 98. Jay-Z, what was Jay-Z on? Jay-Z was on his
on Hard Not Life, I think was on there.
Yeah, second volume.
Volume 2 was on there.
Yeah, because that's when Big Pimpin'.
I remember all of the Big Pimpin' was like in 2000. But I remember like in 98, 99, maybe it was 99, right? So it was funny because Jay-Z had the do Throw your hands up, 1245 up in the right. And what was funny is that all of the when we used to go to City Lights, all of the New Yorkers, this is like they anthem. All they would come out there in they little Air Force Ones. They thought they was super hot stuff back then. I used to hate it so bad though, man, because the New Yorkers when the New Yorkers are out of New York, for us, when they came down south, it's almost like they had to be extra New York. Like they had Air Force Ones on with a New York fitted on and a bubble vest on and a pair of Timberlands in a backpack. And this is in Texas in 95-degree weather, though, bro. It's that they had to be so extra to me, though, bro. I used to hate it.
So in the reality, man, me and Amar joined the service in October '98.
Yep.
Chris, here's the thing. Before you go ahead and finish that, tell me why it was supposed to be me, you, and Ace joining the Air Force.
Oh my God! I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't survive.
It was supposed to be all three of us.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Anyway, so you gotta remember, me and Ace been together since freaking basic training. He was a week before me. We was holdovers. We go to tech school together, right? We go to our first duty station together. So we literally get to meet all these different personalities. And I realized that there's really only about 4 to 5 different kinds of people in the United States. So you got your East Coast people, you got your down south people, you got your Texas people, because y'all ain't the same as down south. You got your Midwesterners, that's where I come in, and you got your people on the other side of the Rockies. And we came to realize that everybody else can communicate and can respect everybody except the people out that corner that think they are the beginning of everything. So what happens is you meet a young I'm not a bad guy then. I think I'm still bony back then. I'm still young, and I don't really talk much in the beginning until I run into one of my best friends to this day, Marlon Terrell Sexton from Brooklyn, New York. And I literally get into arguments about how New York is cool, but you can't overlook everything else. So until this day, so he gives me all these New York rappers that I've never heard of. Like, now I like DMX and all the hitters, but he's giving me all this, and I'm looking at him like, you're stupid. I give him UGK. I give him Devin Dude. I give him 8 Ball and MJG. Now he gave me Outkast. He didn't want to hear E40. I give him Brother Lynch Hung. I give him Sibo. So with all that being said, Marlon lives in Ohio with me right now. Marlon lives in Dayton, Ohio, right down the street from me. I'm with Marlon every other weekend. And I'm saying that to say, when we sit back and listen to music, yeah, there ain't too much New York that comes across that radio.
This was funny though, bro. It took me. So I always laugh. One of the running jokes that we have on here, right, is that when it comes for New Yorkers, for as long as I've been an adult, for me, New Yorkers and down south men in any way was like oil and water. It quite mix well until this day. I think I still only rock with maybe 3 solid, 4 solid New Yorkers. Like they just, which is crazy because my mama was born in Queens, but I just don't really rock with a whole lot of New Yorkers, which is different from Jersey. To me, how they come across, it's weird, man. But I had a hard. I'm accepting now as I'm getting closer to 40 more of New Yorkers.
I'm gonna play East Coast folk. Hey, no disrespect, man. I love all my East Coast, and its only problem is when East Coast was around New York, they would gravitate with them and be like, "Yeah, we like y'all." Now, all the same East Coast friends that we had back then, they don't rock with that.
Well, so this is
back when we was young kids, they would try to grab on that. Everybody wanted, when you came out the East Coast, they basically had a New York flag, even if they wasn't from New York. Where it got to the point, my homeboy started calling them out like, yo, he'd ask them what their zip code was. If they didn't have the right zip code, he'd be like, "Fool, you ain't from New York. You from Yonkers. Get out of here." It got to be hilarious. You know what I mean?
I think the part that's funny to me though, bro, is that the thing that we talk about often is that the one thing that this is the bad part about it, because the bad part about it is I've always loved New York music. Jay-Z is the GOAT to me, right? I've always been big on Biggie, right? So I've always been big on New York music. But it was just the New Yorkers themselves, right? But I think that it's funny, though, that you say that, because I think that back then, let's say 98, 99, this is right around the time I still thought that New Yorkers kind of looked down on music outside of New York. Like,
what year? Ain't that the same? What year? 96? Was it 96 when Outkast?
96, 97, 98. The
when
South
Outkast got something to say.
Right, it was around there because people used to kind of, not like it wasn't the same. But I think that it's funny though now that fast forward that there's a whole 2 to 3 generations of new hip hop ears who don't quite remember when New York sounded
was the South.
Yeah, it's like there's very few new listeners who just like, even now, like a lot of the New York rappers,
look what he just said.
Sound like South music.
That's exactly what man, he hit the nail on the head, man.
That's what I love. But so think about that though, Ralph, right? That's from someone who was rapping back then, me trying to get on. And then this is me knowing this whole time I've been getting on that a New York rapper would never look at me like I was an equal to his pen. And then fast forward, now all of the New Yorkers got down south vibes. Like the irony of that alone is crazy to me, though.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Hey, man, to the point. Who are you, Joe Budden? Joe Budden got something to say about everything.
I love it. He's the last honest person left in hip hop that's not.
But what is his truth, though? But what is his truth? What is his reference of clarity? Now, with that being said, I enjoy and agree with most of the things he says, especially when he mumble rapping, blah, blah, blah. I hear it. However, Joe, you wasn't ever a Titan to begin with. So I get upset because you're a critic and you ain't got enough praise.
I think the reason why Joe Budden is the right person for his position is that, for one, I think that he has the one big hit, right? So he knows the feeling and know what it takes for something to be a hit, right? But I think the other part about that is, aside from that big hit, I think that you have to be a Joe Budden fan to really know Joe Budden. He has a following, a cult-like following that will tell you, no, Joe Budden is a top 5 MC.
The same New Yorkers we argue with.
Well, I get what you're saying.
He ain't got no fans in Texas.
No, listen.
He ain't got no fans in Missouri. He ain't got no fans in Ohio, bro.
I don't think so. But I'm saying, when I'm talking with music, with I think it's got to be an up north thing, because I got a cat that I know here. He's from Connecticut. He was like, "Oh no, Joe Budden's my favorite rapper of all time, like period." And so people just connect with his music like that. But I think that because people know him, even from his Slaughterhouse days, right? Yeah, people know him as someone who got that pen. So I think that his response and his feedback is valid, because he is someone who is known and regarded as a lyricist, though. So,
but with that being said, you being the rapper that you are, lyrics aren't everything. That's one of the main ingredients, but it ain't everything. That's like making Kool-Aid and all you bring is the packet. You can have the lyrics, but if you ain't got the beat and the vibe, it don't go together, bro. You can't have a pitcher of Kool-Aid with just a packet. You got to have sugar, and you got to have water to make it all work. And Joe Budden is missing sugar and water.
I'm going to say this for the rest of the time that I ever have the conversation with my boy PBR, because that means that all Nas has been bringing to the table with a pack of Kool-Aid. And then
he got the water. He got a little water. He got a lot here.
He ain't got enough sugar in that water, in that Kool-Aid.
Hey, man, you ain't gonna put Nas in the same category as Joe, though.
Stop right quick. Let me just say this.
Hey, I'm going to say Joe Budden is better than Nas.
Oh shit!
What?
That's $4. That don't count. You forced that one out of me. That's $4.
By the way, it's probably neither here nor there. I'm just gonna say this right now. Miss Kennedy, Deborah Kennedy, makes the best Kool-Aid in the world, and she doesn't even taste it, bro. Never tasted it, bro.
I can salute to that. Wait a minute. I can straighten it out on that one.
Kool-Aid I've ever tasted.
I'll straighten it out on that one.
I don't know if she mixes the packs.
I think she boils the water. I don't know what she does.
She may do only Dasani when I'm not looking.
Man, listen.
She might use only Aquafina.
She might use holy water. I don't know what it is.
She might don't even taste it.
She doesn't even.
She just throws it in there. I watched her. She did it. She just left it. I think the spoon was still in it, stirring, and she walked away.
Said, best Kool-Aid I've ever had, and from what I've known, she's never tasted.
Joe having quote.
That's a whole nother story, though.
Hey man, we gotta change the subject.
He said so. Here's what's funny. So he did give a good point about Joe. He said Joe Budden gave Drake his first L, but it doesn't count if Drake doesn't respond back. So it's just you seem more like a fan until the other person responds. So
I mean, because let's be completely honest. A lot of people have shot at Jay-Z. You just trying to get on back to being gimmicks. And you know what it is, I gotta pick a fight with somebody to be recognized.
I need that. Apparently, Ace told me that's what I need to do. I need to get these antics up.
You gotta figure out somebody. So you should jump on Tory Lane now because he might, he's burning. Shoot him in August Alsina at the same time. It might put you on.
But it won't be enough because I got to do something extra that's gonna, because they don't know me from Adams.
No, well, don't worry about that. I'm gonna get you there. We gonna go to Magic City and have some wings, and I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna call Russell Westbrook out and tell him he's the reason why I don't have a championship in Oklahoma.
If we go to Magic City, then the way Ahmad has explained these antics to me is that I have to dance with the girl. Mm-hmm. I got to take my shirt off and I got to dance with them in order for me to catch some.
So we gonna make Slash Brothers bigger, right? I
need it for OnlyFans page. OnlyFans page.
So hey man, did you see? Now we switching topics. I seen the OnlyFans page. It said we got an OnlyFans page, but we only beating up pedophiles and woman beaters. I said that's a money maker right there. That's a money maker right there. Do you hear me? Listen, OnlyFans page, and all I do is beat up pedophiles.
Because we talk about music. Back to this music here, right?
I'm sorry.
I think I smell money. Lyrics, though, man. No, we said that's the thing about it. I think that the difference, though, is that when you to your point, though, you can't just say, "Oh, I just got a bag of bars. I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna get all of these bars." Because at the end of the day, I mean, anybody who's rapping has some level of lyricism, right? But I think that it still says something about having song-making abilities to try to make something that's for everybody.
I appreciate Joe being the gatekeeper, right? Hey, you got to have some type of lyricist to get in this game. It keeps out the people that don't belong here. But when you covet your position too much, and before you realize it, you are literally shunning certain people because you're the gatekeeper. You're robbing the culture because they didn't bring it the way you want it. Outkast is a prime example. New York didn't want to hear what the South was bringing because this was the way they did it. Man, I mean, either change or move on because that's what makes hip hop. That's why we can stay as young as we are.
Well, let me ask you
because there's no limit to this.
Let me ask you this, and we gotta head. We gonna head on out on this one. But I was dying to get into this one though, because we talking about lyricism. Somebody who writes their own lyrics is my girl, Megan THEE Stallion. I'm claiming her. I'm officially a fan.
Your pinky toe. Toe. 9 toes limping in Houston.
Listen, bro. What I saw recently that she did an Instagram live, right? Mm-hmm. And what I find to be interesting about that is she said she done got shot in both feet. Mm-hmm. She had to get surgery on both. Mm-hmm. What are we doing with that? How? One bullet? Did you pop? Like that's...
Hey, Go ahead. Ace, you ain't. Go ahead. I'll give it to you because I'm coming back hard.
I was just gonna say, I think it's interesting that she did address that, but she never said anything about who shot her, and she she only said that, hey, while y'all out here joking, I'm out here hurting, and she addressed where she got shot at.
I have a girl almost in tears, bro. What's up?
First off, so until I get the facts, now mind you, I did my history before I get back on the podcast with y'all because I want to make sure that I don't step on any toes or say anything that's already been covered outside of the no limit versus Cash Money. We can bring that up every day. So I don't know the story outside of what hits my Facebook page.
True.
So if this woman was beating that little boy up the way they say she was beating him up, I'd have shot her in the pinky toe too.
But that's the thing, though. She did deny that, though.
So, I mean, if I beat you up and you shoot me, I'm gonna be like, man, I talked about his mama's Kool-Aid. That's why he shot. I ain't gonna tell the truth.
Chris, last week we talked about Jennifer Jameson. JJ chimed in. Bruh. JJ, 20 to 25 swings, all haymakers.
Whew.
Never missed one.
Whew.
Haymakers. These is man punches. I saw my girl JJ put some power on a girl. Put some power. I'm talking about Chris Top. My wife tells me that sometimes I embellish on some of these stories. And the homie Mark, shout out to the homeboy Mark checking in. He tags JJ in. JJ says, no, this is this. She said, what I missed. And then JJ comes on. And JJ says, no, I had to put them paws on this girl because she hopped out of the car. And she put some additional context to her putting these paws on this girl.
So
let me tell you this, Chris Top. This girl that JJ told me, she had to remind me. She said, what you forgot to mention is that my homegirl Michi that hit this girl in the head with a hammer and he still got up and walked it off. Didn't fall down. She get hit with the hammer in the back of the head, still unfazed, walking up to my girl JJ. JJ put the dukes up on her. Good. 20 haymakers. Solid. I'm watching this, Chris Top. Impressed because I didn't see her miss a single time. Not a single play.
Heat seeking. She had heat seekers.
I went to high school with JJ. I don't remember seeing JJ in some dojo. I don't remember seeing JJ doing MMA training. I don't remember seeing her do a body bag. All I know, Chris Top, is she threw 20 to 25 haymakers and did not miss. Chris Top, I had to look JJ in her eyes and said, I'm damn impressed. But if you ever hit me like that, you got to take all that I got. You got to get all these hands, JJ. And it was all respect and love.
With that being said,
I love
Megan, you a savage, Megan.
Listen.
You brag about being a savage, Megan. You brag about beating up men, Megan. You come around here, I'm too old to fight. I'm a veteran.
I'm
gonna shoot you in the other. Hey, I'm gonna shoot you in your good foot. Which one hurts the most?
I say that
I'm gonna shoot you in the other one.
I can see a scenario that if my girl Megan THEE Stallion
she's 5'10". She's 5'10".
She is 5'10" and she had her heels on and she's 6'2".
Come on.
And if I see Megan THEE Stallion working Tory Lanez the way my girl JJ was working this other girl, putting these paws on this girl.
Out of jealousy is what they say. It was jealousy.
He's not big enough to shake off.
Yeah, or look, he couldn't get away.
He couldn't just wrap on up because she's bigger. If he felt like this is I got to get off, pop. Look, I'm not going to condone.
Wait. Y'all keep saying, how did he shoot her in the feet? Because he was on the ground. And she was kicking his ass.
Oh my
That's what
God.
he seen, was her feet. Ping, ping. Ping, ping. He seen them feet coming. He shot her in the feet. Them little feet, them big feet was kicking his ass. Ah! Shot him. Hey.
Listen here, man. Chris, I do not condone violence. Protect these women's. Protect Megan THEE Stallion. She is a Texas treasure. Protect her at all costs.
She's a treasure? Damn.
Yes.
Y'all need some more treasures in Texas.
Boy, they ain't got that many walking
First
around.
off, I'm from Missouri, brother. The show me, homie. I got Nelly. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was funny. I'm sorry.
But the whole point of this is that I bring this up because she did a live and she was moved to near tears that she went through this. And
you know how many killers I seen cry? I'm not going for it, bro. I need all facts before I make any judgment. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is there's too many people, and who's in jail right now?
I can only think
who went to jail.
I can only think of.
You didn't answer the question.
Both had mugshots, so I'm assuming both were locked up.
I didn't think Tory went to jail. Tory didn't go to jail, from what I understand.
Tory did go to jail. He posted bail.
He posted bail,
and they drove her to the hospital for surgery. She did not get arrested.
So here's the thing: I've never been one to condone putting your hand.
Right. You better be right.
You can't put your hand on the females.
Fuck you. That's 5.
But if that female is throwing them JJ hands, I think that I might be inclined to look. Brother, Chris,
I grew up in an all-boy house, raised by a single mother. And Tanisha Coates, shout out to Tanisha. She might see this video one day. Tanisha Coates used to beat shit on my ass in the 3rd grade. And I remember coming home crying to my mama. And my mama said, "Why didn't you fight her back?" I said, "Well, it's a girl." My mother said something real simple. Little girls can hit, little girls can get hit back. With that being said, I have never, ever in my whole entire life ever put my hands on a woman, unless she asked me to. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't punch her dead in her snot locker.
No way, Chris.
I'll punch her dead in her snot locker. I'm not playing with you.
Put your hands on Megan.
I'm an equal. Man, you a sexist, bro. You're a sexist if you won't knock her out. You're a sexist. You ain't gonna get that woman what she's asking for. She wants to be treated like a person. She's a human being. I'm gonna knock her out. I'm gonna knock her out.
And she is a grand representation of this great state of Texas.
I knock anybody in Texas out that put their hands on me. I'm swinging at anybody from Texas.
Chris Todd, let me tell you what's crazy. The crazy thing about this, my girl JJ, who I'm only saying my girl JJ.
I'm scared of her. I ain't ever seen.
I've seen several fights. I've never seen any man fights where they go 20 for 20. The bad part about this, Chris Todd.
Mark, we gotta get up. I like you, bro.
Chris Todd, this is the bad part about it. Listen to this. This is the kicker to this whole JJ story. The girls came over there for a 3-on-3 fight. Two of the girls got out the car. Two of the girls got out the car. They were on for a 3-on-2 because one girl never got out the car. She saw the way JJ was throwing them 20 for 20s and said, "I ain't built for that." The bad part about this, Chris Todd, is that before they left, they pulled this girl out the car and they whooped her tail out.
You signed up for this. Get on over here.
Chris Todd, listen. Chris Todd, they didn't beat this girl on enough.
Okay, all right, hold on. Hey, stop. Oh, there she is. There she is. Hey, there's the famous one.
Chris,
JJ.
JJ had to remind me that they didn't beat this girl up. And she had to ride back home.
So now they mad. If you would have got out the car, we might have been able to at least pinch her. Did you at least pinch her? Did you at least pinch her?
This girl. So, listen. She had to ride back home with these girls who just got hauled out. And they beat this girl tail because, and this is what's crazy. This is after they had already took the L to my girl JJ, my girl Meech. and say, you know what, we on the second win right now.
Come on. Hey, oh no, you signed up for this. Come get some of this. So let's go back.
Girl, and had to ride across town back
looking at her
branch
because she didn't get out the car.
No, not looking at her. They whooped her tail, and she had to ride back because all of them took the L. So they said, "No, damn it, you gonna take this L also." And she could, and the girl JJ said she could fight. But listen, I'm convinced. Maybe my perspective of this is just different. All I know is that she probably was thinking that when this girl got hit with the hammer, I was impressed that she took the hammer, kept going. But when JJ squared up with him and started the 20 for 20, ESPN got the 30 for 30.
20 for 20.
JJ 20 for 20. Oh my God.
We're screaming Fox.
They said BOS. BOS.
Why do I know that? I shouldn't know that.
It's a true story. I'm not making this up. My wife always tells me all the time that I be over-exaggerating. She's going back.
I need to quit smoking.
If my girl JJ, if Megan Thee Stallion went JJ on Tory Lanez, JJ might have to catch whatever Tory Lanez got in him, because I had to look my girl JJ in the eye and say, JJ,
let's
that
go back.
Was mighty impressive.
Let's
work.
go back, because y'all here defending savages. Y'all act like y'all defending ladies. Y'all defending savages. So explain to me what would make Tory Lanez pull a gun out and shoot her.
He would have had to 20 for 20.
So that's what I'm saying. Y'all here defending the savage. I don't understand this. I'm equal opportunities. I believe women deserve every right that a man deserves. That's all I'm saying. So what? She took a hammer hit right on JJ.
It has me thinking, Chris Top. It has me thinking though that if in my head, I could be wrong, and I don't want to make light of this whole thing because Megan Thee Stallion is a Texas treasure and should be protected as such.
So who's supposed to protect Texas treasures?
Listen, somebody is going to protect her and handle this, right? That's why she's
the ambassador of the South.
Listen, I'm saying this. I can only imagine that if he had to resort to pulling a gun out, then it's because Megan Thee Stallion went JJ 20 for 20, and he had to get up off of him, man. I can't think of any other thing. But when I think about Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, in my head, JJ 20 for 20.
Was JJ bigger or smaller than the girl that she was?
The girl was bigger than JJ. Now,
so JJ is literally Tory Lanez in this situation.
No. Not that big of a difference, right? Not that big of a discrepancy. But this girl was pretty. This girl was a heavier set girl.
She took a hammer to the head. Let's clear this up. So she had to be stout. She took a hammer. Have you ever took a hammer to the head?
I've never taken a hammer to the head, bro.
So I got hit with a hammer one time in my knee. It still hurts me. It's
not. I don't. And Kim, I don't want to say what would. I don't want to defend that. Right. I don't want to defend him doing that. But in my head, I just think that
being violent as fuck. No, Kim, I'm not going for that. I'm not going that this man is just going to shoot her. Now, what transpired to make him shoot her, Kim, is what I'm asking. All right. Now, I am joking.
I can only imagine.
First off, I have beautiful. No. I got to talk to Kim real quick because I don't want to be y'all know me, so y'all know that I joke a lot. I got to talk to Kim because I want to make sure that Kim knows I'm a father of daughters. I'm a brother of sisters. And I'm a son of a mother. So with that being said, hey, speaking of one of my daughters, what you got? Okay, never mind. I'm on a podcast. So all I'm saying is this: they didn't say Tory Lanez beat the girl up. They didn't say that he chased her out the car. They said he shot her. So all I want to know is what made him shoot her? That's my only question. Kayla said he's a bitch. That's my daughter. That don't count. That's Kayla's dollar.
I think that he is gonna be. Listen, I think that put like this: the way that we look at it in Texas, maybe out there in the show me state, y'all do things different.
We shoot.
Listen, Tory Lane must be from Missouri. Then apparently,
he might be Canada side of Missouri.
That there is a no-flight zone for Tory Lanez in Texas. I'd imagine that Tory Lanez will never be able to tour in Texas without him making this right, according to the great citizens of Texas, homeboy.
I think the facts might bring it out. I think the facts, because right now
doesn't matter.
The facts. I think the facts.
If the facts comes out that he was getting hauled out, like my girl Jay. Listen, Chris,
hammers to the head. 20 of them.
Listen, these things was all haymakers. I'm not just talking about jabs. All haymakers. Usually you think somebody will miss one or two of them. None.
Heat-seeking missiles is what you said she was throwing.
He is dropping. I would have to. It wouldn't make him look good either way. But you said the details that would come out. It's the only thing. I don't know. I've never been getting holed out.
Do you know how many women get knocked across the head on a daily, choke, stab? This ain't abnormal. Women are abused every day. Look at no, ma'am. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Until you show me that Tory Lane has a history of beating up women, that Tory Lane is Chris Brown. I'm telling you, we're assuming too much, because I do know that Megan Thee Stallion has claimed that she puts hands on her men. Megan Thee Stallion claims she's a savage. This is what she claims, not what Tory Lane claims. She claims she whoops ass.
Listen, we can only assume. We can only assume, right? As more details come out, it'll present the full picture. All I know is that there's no reason that I can think of, but I ain't never got them hands put. Listen,
to the head. Hey, makers.
I guess he can't grab her to stop the hands.
She's too big.
I don't
too
know.
Tall. She's coming down. That's why he shot her in the foots, because he's on the ground.
Kim, I would love for you to come on when we talk about this again, because it's
so. But women on the streets get choked. We're not talking about domestic violence here.
Listen,
if I'm telling you, this is. I think black people are in trouble when we defend killers. When we say, "Oh, free Ricky," what Ricky do? Ricky shot up 7 houses, and we say, "No, don't free Ricky. He deserves to go to jail." What I'm saying is, if Megan the Savage is attacking another person and he gets shot, in the attack, we're Americans, man. She gets shot. She doesn't get to run under, I'm a savage over here, but I'm a lady over here. You don't get to do that. You don't get to put on,
she trills. She living what she said.
No, she ain't, because she's crying, and now she's got Kim defending her.
No.
Now Kim's defending her, and it sounds like she's the abuser. Because there's a lot of men that get abused too, but we don't even get to tell. Because I've been abused once. Ahmad, you was there.
Listen, I can't imagine any reason that I would put my hands on a female like that.
I never did it. Not yet.
Except
if they got the JJ hands. It makes sense. It makes sense.
JJ would have to catch everything I got.
It makes sense. I tell everybody.
My girl JJ, she know I got mad love for her though. But
bro, what is it? Domestic violence. It's not domestic violence. It's self-protection. It's self-protection, Kim. He was getting the. You didn't hear the reaction from JJ and hammers to the head? I'm telling you right now, if I seen her beating my daughter that way, I'd have shot her. I'm not joking. If I would have seen Megan Thee Stallion on Kayla's 5'2", I'd have shot her smack back. I'm trying to tell you. Better than putting my hands on, I shot her in the ass. I'm American.
We can't say for certain because we don't know all the facts. So we can only assume.
Y'all been saying a lot of for certain. Tory Lanez career's over. Y'all been saying a lot of for certains before y'all know the facts.
I will tell you this.
No, that's not true. We said if he did that.
Oh man, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. And this is brought to you by.
I have no problem at all. I have no problem at all. I told Ace already off the cuff. I said, listen, I'm gonna say some things, and we might have to be the reason. I might be the reason why we have to go back and recant. But I'll tell you what I think, given what the little bit that I do know. But with that being said, we don't know all the details just yet. And as the details are come, what's up?
I said JJ's cool. No, she said I don't fight men. No, bro. JJ said I don't fight men. I got brothers for that. I like that.
Absolutely though, bro. JJ got hella.
I like that.
Got a whole city. That. Hey, listen, man. We gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I would say that Kim, as more, especially with this Megan, and amongst other things, I like your comments on here. By the way, hop on with your boys. The invitation's always there.
Y'all need a female on here though.
I don't know.
What I'm saying? You got females in there, man. Let a female come on here, man. Equal opportunity.
I am there. You know what? We always get into the topics when it comes to relationships, and somehow when we talk about it, a lot of females jump on. So I would love to have some females come on, and when we have those kind of comments, but we are equal. We've extended the invite to a few females, by the way. We ain't just having, just a bunch of men's on over. It's just been working out that way. I like women.
I love women. Scrippers.
Oh. Listen, hey, but mad love for y'all for checking into the comments. Chris Top, mad love for you, homeboy, for checking in. For your boys, them Ace Kennedy, take us on out here, man. What you got?
Yo, man, I got a present for the Cowboy fans. I finally found it. I've been searching for it. I found y'all's Super Bowl pictures. I found them. Found them.
So mean. That was
Cowboys fans, I love y'all, man. If you need a copy, let me know. I'll see what I can do and burn you a copy of it.
Oh my gosh. Hey man,
pictures.
Thank all of y'all for checking on your boys and man Slash Brothers and the boy Chris Top. We out
there. Wait, hold on.
It's too late.
Run lit, baby. Check it out.
I was
supposed to do that a long time ago.